My name is Carlin. Welcome to my channel. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Things you see me doing in my videos are probably not the best way you could do things. Sometimes I know better. Sometimes I will eventually learn about a better way. I don't go out of my way to be dangerous though. So if you see something, go ahead and mention it in the comments. I really do like the following sayings, even though they probably are cliche. Do what you can with what you have where you are. And from the military mindset, improvise, adapt, and overcome. Or, more recently, something I've been using a lot, fabricate or die. With all that said, the following video is a record of how I did something. You probably can do better. It's not my job to be here telling you how to do something, okay? You have been warned. On with the show. Alright, the plan for this morning. When I made this door, I made the whole door and I also made the threshold. And not really thinking about it, I got it kind of backwards, so I've got a lot of slope coming in and not very much slope going out. So in a rain, if it's a straight down rain, no problem, I've got overhangs, right? But typically out here we'll get enough of a wind to blow the rain sideways, then the rain hits the door, runs down, hits that, and just scoops in. And the last big rain where we had a lot of rain, I had water all the way across the floor into storage actually. And because I got the house a little bit slanted, it ran that way mostly. So, you know, almost to the shower basically. Yeah, water was just running in here. So I got mad and I drilled holes in the floor. That's probably not the best solution, right? Anyway, so what I'm looking at, I'm going to make a wedge of wood that goes across the bottom of the door, that any water that runs down the door should then have a tendency to want to flip out. Okay, that blade is set at 30 degrees, so vertical is 0, so 30 degrees over. Alright, not enough solar yet. Otherwise, that's pretty close to what I'm looking for. Good. Yeah, that's where I double cut at the beginning. That's pretty cool. It was literally just on the edge of how deep the blade could reach. Alright, now I don't need the generator anymore. So for now, let's just mark it for length. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of slack. That's a nice cut. Yeah. That should be good. I could almost go shorter. You kind of get the idea. If I can get this to lay down flat most of the water, and I think if I put a line of caulking across here, that should work. Looks like. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Something like this, I always sketch it on the piece so that when I look at it, I don't forget which way I'm going. I've done that before. That should work. All right, now let's see if solar works today. About 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to just overcut that just a little bit. If you're trying to do precision work, you take your block, your scrap, And you'd make both cuts first to make sure that it was right on, so you could dial it up or down so you don't waste a cut, so you don't, screw up your big piece. Yeah, that should work. Ran out of sunshine. So it looks like the piece stayed in, so I must have been just a bit off on one of these. Like, it is close, right? If I had a scrap, I would have tested it with that, or I could have tested it with the scrap, made it really nice. All right, so I thought I was overcutting, but both of them are just a little bit short still. All right. So we left just a little bit of a nub in there. This cutout is going to clear the seam, so I can get this down closer. And actually, I don't want it to touch the bottom, which it basically is now, so I'm going to wedge it just a little. Might be enough right there. I'm going to countersink these just so they go in better. All right, one issue I'm seeing already, I've got a gap that's opened up here. So I think the best thing I can do, I'm going to loosen up these screws. Oh yeah, that one's dead. Nice and tight now. Putting the screws on the end first probably pulled the warp to the middle. If I had started from one end and worked my way across, it would have pushed the slack along and probably laid tighter here. Yeah, there's still wood there. Good. Okay, we'll try that. The issue was I used styrofoam to make the core of the door, which wouldn't grab the screw. But yeah, that helped a little bit. But I built the door with a full 2x4 on the edge, so that gives me enough wood inside. So it should work. Good. We're getting somewhere. So I'll just do one more here. Yeah, now we're talking. Good, okay. I don't need a huge bead on here, really. I probably ought to cut that too. Ideally, it'll be a small enough bead that the water doesn't get stuck running over it, right? It's amazing how many times when I go out to like Wendy's or something, you grab a spoon for your Frosty and they end up sticking together and you come out with 3 instead of 1. Not sure how that happens, man. do that in one pull. Nope, not quite. Like so. Now we've got a relatively smooth bead. With any luck, the water will just shoot right over that. We'll be good to go. A bit of a rough spot there. Pick up a little bit off the paper towel. Alright, one spoon, one paper towel. I'm going to say this project is a wrap. So now we'll just pull that tape off. When we did this on the airplanes, we used 8802, Mil S 8802 sealant, 2-part. You'd mix it up, usually on a paper plate. We'd get the bulk stuff. There was also a kit that had it for a caulking gun that nobody had ever seen. So a lot of times when you ordered it, it came in the kit, and you then cut the tip off of it so you could mix it anyway. So that was kind of retarded. But tape a seam, lay it in there. Quite often now you mix it up on a paper plate, have a stir stick or grab a spoon, squish it in there, and then once you've done it smooth, you let it tack up a little bit. Then you put a little bit of hand cleaner on your hands. And you could, after you pull the tape off, and then you could smooth the edge down with the hand cleaner, and the hand cleaner would keep it from sticking to your fingers. For this, I think we're good. It looks like it went into the details though. So I think we're done. I'm just gonna let that sit now. My fingers are sticky, so now I can't touch the camera. I'll come back and shut it off in a minute. But I'm gonna say this one is done.